In June 2025, President Museveni issued Executive Order Number 2 of 225, ordering BALAALO nomadic pastoralists who had migrated to various areas in Lango, Acholi and West Nile with their herds of cattle to leave the area for purposes of maintaining peace and harmony. Following the implementation of the order, the State Minister for Northern Uganda Affairs, Kenneth Omona, is meeting communities' barazas to establish the progress of the execution of the order. The first meeting was held in Amuru District. During an engagement in Labara Parish, Pobo Sub-County, residents accused security personnel who connived with some BALAALO to grab their land and vandalize their property.
Raising the animals anyhow, even if after fencing their lands, they go outside again, grazing the animals anyhow, everywhere. Eating people crops. Sometimes they send the animals at night to go and graze. You wake up in the morning, you find your crops already been destroyed. You run to the local leaders, you go and try to handle them, but they deny everything.
If they come and get a small piece of land to stay in, they will just stay and they will destroy our crops.
I've been causing a lot of problems to the community of Labara Parish, specifically in Kalachut. This has caused divers, as it left people or the community not to pay their children to school because the crop that the community cultivates, the animal destroy.
Captain Francis Chiti, a retired UPDF officer, is among the victims. He says he can no longer access his home after his land was fenced off by a one James Tumwine.
Connected with one of our family brother for grazing cow in that area. They gave him only 300 acres. But out of that 300 acres he was given, he has grew up now 750 plus, including the neighbor's land.
Tumwine allegedly has prominent people in security forces, which makes him evict people from their land with impunity.
He's conniving with the soldier to the extent we have failed even to graze our own animal because their animal have taken over all the land. Even digging alone, we have failed. We have mangoes, avocados, which was planted a long time ago. It is still there. Now he's using soldier to chase away people, to scare population, so that the area remains for his grazing.
Until now, people are no longer allowed to access their land, not even grazing or cultivating on this land.
Even the grave of our father who died and the sister, we wanted to shift it to that village called Kalachut, Labara Parish. We have failed. We went there, we started constructing a house where we can at least gather when we are burying our late father.
Residents therefore asked Omona to help them demarcate the 300 acres that were allegedly sold to Tumwine and get back the right to access their land.
So I don't know if our minister can help us and we'd go and demarcate the boundaries and we see whether that guy has bought the land or he hired. So that the remaining area we start grazing and we bring the grave of our father, which are still lying in the camp.
Omona says the implementation of the executive order has been successful.
I can confirm that we have exited over 70,000 head of cattle from Northern Uganda. Others have gone back to elsewhere in Uganda. Others have been pushed back to South Sudan. Others have also gone back to Central African Republic. So from our projection and intelligence estimate that we had about 88,000 head of cattle here. We can see that our performance is high above 85%.
However, the ministers expressed dissatisfaction with some people who consider the implementation of this executive order as tribalistic.
Whether you're a stranger in an area, yes, you have a right to say you have a constitutional right to say anywhere in Uganda, as long as you don't cause this criminality we're talking about. You can live anywhere, and actually you can go and live in Karamoja, you can live in Mbale, you can live in Mbarara, you can live anywhere in Uganda, as long as you live in harmony with the people. But complain against some people doesn't make people tribal. So when people are complaining against 1-2 million, it doesn't make the actual people tribalistic.
He also condemned some security personnel conniving with individuals to abuse people they are supposed to protect.
The victim who is complaining is the one who is arrested and implicated. And then the aggressor, someone who is going from, is the one who is facilitating the OCCID. Now, really, if we are doing this, it is really, is this what our government, NRM, is supposed to be doing?